Hello YouTube viewers and random LEGO fans, I come before you today to review this, which is the LEGO HOBBIT Battle of the Five Armies Lonely Mountains set, and here it is in its packaging, and a big thank you to LEGO for sending this out to us. On the top corner of the packaging we get both the LEGO and HOBBIT logos with some nifty artwork of the landscapes seen in the movie, including the mountain itself. It's for ages 8 to 14, it's set number 79018, and it is the Lonely Mountain. This panel at the bottom corner also shows off the figures included in the set, with their names written below, and of course being a LEGO set, it's all in bits at this current moment in time, so instead of a window display, we get this very dynamic image of the set in action. The back offers a less stylized look at the set, plus some smaller images are scattered around it, focusing on the various features that it offers. Opening up the box allows us to take a look at its contents. First of all, we get an instruction booklet, just one thick one this time instead of the separated booklets we've seen in previous sets. The mandatory sticker sheet, I love those. The pieces that make up Smaug are separate from the rest of the set and are sealed inside different transparent bags, as well as 2 cliff face sections. And finally, we get 6 bags of numbered LEGO bits. So that's enough about the packaging, let's move on and get this set built. Cue the time lapse. Okay, so here we have the Lonely Mountain playset, and it looks really good. It's split up into 2 sections with a nice little hinge in the middle, allowing it to be positioned at an angle, which looks much better when on display. The detail itself is rather impressive for a LEGO set, as it clearly represents the interior of the Lonely Mountain. Starting off at the bottom of the first half, you can make out this sort of armoury housing various dwarf weapons and armaments, and a little black anvil on there too. We also get this stone door with torches containing flames on both sides of it, and this excellent dwarf text printed above. The door is on a hinge so it can be opened, and what's more is that the back of the set has been given some detail here too, so the door opens into this sort of antechamber where some crystals and gems are stored, alongside the Arkenstone, but more on that later. A small shovel can be clipped into the wall there, while another hollow section is present on the level above. Moving back to the front, these brown ladders lead up to the second level where we get this great kiln or smelting pot with a fire underneath it on both sides. This is on a turret so it can pivot around. It can also double up as a catapult, which works in tandem with its feature, which I'll talk about later on. There is a barrel with a pickaxe in it, and on this pillar at the far side you can also make out a large axe which has been clipped onto it. And finally, running across the top is this large winch system which slides smoothly along the length of this track at the very top of the set, and it additionally allows you to lower and raise the brown basket attached to it by winding this tab at the back. Moving across to the other half of the set, you can see it looks much more symmetrical and regal, which is appropriate as a throne sits at the very centre of it. Leading up to the throne is a set of green stairs, which offers an excellent feature. Pushing in this lever at the back will cause the stairs to blow out, which makes for an awesome booby trap as well as some battle damage, but also offers another hidden tunnel for the minifigures to be placed into. There are torches on either side of the throne, and the pillars on both sides, which just look excellent and contain a fantastic level of detail, be it brick built or from the sticker sheet. Finally, the throne itself just looks glorious, and what's more is that the Arkenstone can be attached to the headrest area, which sets it off really well. And as a little additional extra, the set comes with this, which represents the various mounds of gold and gems seen in Smaug's collection. It's a clever little idea which works really well, as at first glance it does look like a random pile of gold with even a little golden chalice sitting on top of it. But this top layer can be removed, revealing a smaller section below containing a few gems. And on top of that, this section can also be removed, allowing you to see a green chalice and sword, so it really gives the impression that lots of treasure can be unearthed from this pile of golden goodies. And speaking of which, let's talk about the excellent little feature that this set offers. So the idea behind it is that in the middle we get this sort of golden conveyor belt, where various items are deposited down and into the brown bucket. These are then winched up and transported over to the kiln, where they are melted down into raw gold. So these pieces can be swapped out for these much more rounded pieces, as though the gold has actually melted. Pressing down on this lever will cause the kiln to kick forward, almost like a catapult, and fire the gold out at an unsuspecting Smaug. So I really like how that element of the last movie has been incorporated into this set. So overall, for detail and features, the Lonely Mountain offers a lot. Turning to the figures, well, of course the big talking point here is Smaug, and he is massive. I really appreciate the sculpting on here, as LEGO could have easily used a random dragon from a pre-existing set, but here they've done an excellent job of giving us the LEGO version of the actual movie character. The ridges on the back of his head, the eyes, and even the shape of the mouth all combine to bring this character out. An awesome jet of flame comes from his mouth, which is only held on via a peg, so it can be easily removed, allowing you to fully close his jaw and put him in a far more relaxed pose. The The neck is quite long and curved and sports these great sculpted ridges on there too. The body seems to be a basic Lego dragon body, but it does offer some more ridges and black spikes along it, while the underside has some great printed detail of golden scales on there too. The legs offer some printed detail as well, alongside 3 big black claws sculpted onto the ends of his feet, while the tail is really long and sports some great quills and ridges as it tapers off into this pointed end. Smaug also offers some excellent articulation. The head is on a ball joint so it can fully swivel around through 360 degrees and not up and down. The neck is also on a ball joint so it can fully rotate through 360 degrees as well, and can also move up and down, giving the head a great range of motions. The wings are on ball joints too, so it can move in and out, up and down, and spin around. The legs can kick forward and back, while the tail has a 360 at its base, and another 360 towards its end, allowing it to be put in many positions. But this is what really sets this Smaug figure off: the wings. Yeah, on the ends there you can see his 3 posable black claws, and the various ridges and spikes protruding from around the edges of the wings. But check this out. The wings are made from a soft rubber, which allows them to fold in and out. How cool is that? This really opens up the posability, allowing Smaug to be displayed while flying, or even positioned lying down with his wings tucked in. So overall, for detail and articulation, this is just excellent. Here we have the minifigures, 5 of which come with this set in total: Bilbo Baggins, Fili, Kili, Dwalin and Balin. All of the minifigures are perfectly detailed to resemble their on-screen counterparts, but are just given that little touch of Lego cuteness to make them very adorable indeed. Their little accessories also really add to them with their various weapons. I particularly love Balin's club and Dwalin's green battle axe. Plus naturally Bilbo comes with a rather oversized one ring, which looks glossy as though it's made from actual gold. And of course all of them except Dwalin offer the alternate facial expression, so removing their hair, turning their heads around, and replacing the hair will give them either an angry or scared expression, which is a neat little idea. And finally, doing a size comparison, they don't look too out of scale when next to each other, and of course are minuscule compared to that massive Smaug. So overall, what do I think of this set? Well, I really like it. It offers a lot of detail, features and fun, and I especially like the setup with the gold being melted down and fired at Smaug, and what really sets it off is the extra pieces of gold around the kiln to make it look like splashback, with bits of molten gold hardened onto the cave walls. Additionally, we get these other pieces of gold all throughout the set, so kids could pretend as though they're collecting the gold to melt down and use against the fearsome dragon. And speaking of, the Smaug figure looks brilliant, and offers some great articulation, with those wings just being an awesome inclusion. The instructions are really clear and precise, and I did find it easy to build, plus it's made up from many small pieces, so you really feel like you get your money's worth from this set, as it does take a while to put together. So in the end, this is an ideal gift for any child who enjoys both Lego and The Hobbit, and likewise any fan of the movies, as it doubles as an exciting display set as well. And so that does it for this review. Once again, a major thank you to LEGO for sending this out to us, and thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to stay subscribed for more videos, and keep up to date with all my latest news and reviews by liking my Facebook page and following me on Twitter. And remember to keep following the nerd. Goodbye.